When you put a girl up on a pedestal and treat her like she's the prize, something clicks in her brain. She starts thinking, I'm the prize here. I can relax a little. I don't have to try as hard. I don't have to impress him as much. I have options. And when that happens, her interest in you slowly starts to dwindle. This discussion will focus on how to reposition yourself so that she views you as the prize, so that in the interaction, she sees you as the one worth pursuing. One thing that is crystal clear is that anytime you treat a woman as if she's above you, she instinctively begins to look at you as if you're below her. It's human nature. So, the real question is, how do you position yourself as the prize? How do you get her to see you as someone valuable and desirable? A lot of men believe that treating a woman like a princess, putting her on a pedestal, or constantly proving their worth to her will make her more interested. But the truth is, we all want to be with someone we see as valuable. If you're treating her like the prize, she automatically assumes that means you are not the prize, and she doesn't want that. People, women included, are naturally drawn to those they feel they have to earn. If a woman doesn't feel like she's working for your attention, she may start losing interest. The chase, the challenge, and the feeling of winning someone over are all deeply ingrained psychological motivators. When you fail to give her that, you're not creating the kind of excitement and romance she truly craves. So, how do you become the prize? The first step is a mindset shift. You need to develop an unwavering belief that you are the prize. This is tough for a lot of men because they compare themselves to the woman they're interested in. They might think, she's better looking than me, or she has more friends than me. But confidence isn't about how much money you make or how attractive you are. It's about how you carry yourself. We've all seen men who don't have much going for them in terms of looks, money, or status, yet they still attract women effortlessly. Why? Because they firmly believe they are the prize. And when you truly believe that, others, including women, buy into it. When you slap a high value on yourself, people will treat you accordingly. On the other hand, plenty of men who are good-looking, successful, and charismatic still struggle with women. The common factor? They put women on a pedestal. The moment a woman realizes she is the prize in the relationship, her attraction for you begins to fade. There's a story about a friend from college who had a simple philosophy. If you think you're the man and you act like the man, then other people think you're the man. And if other people think you're the man, well, then you're the man. The same principle applies to being the prize. If you genuinely believe you're the prize, you start carrying yourself that way. And when you act like the prize, women naturally begin to treat you as such. The moment they do, you become the prize in their eyes. It's a cycle, similar to the classic chicken or the egg dilemma, but it always starts with the belief. The unwavering mindset that you are the prize. Now, how do you actually implement this belief when you're with a woman? How do you display it without outright saying, hey, I'm the prize? Because if you try to tell someone something directly, they're likely to doubt it or reject it. But if they assume it on their own, it becomes real to them. So, how do you act like the prize in a way that naturally makes her believe it? That's the next step. The next step you need to make is to stop chasing validation. When two people interact, one person is always trying harder, and the one who tries harder holds less power. This creates what can be called a validation vacuum. When a man and a woman come together, someone will naturally seek validation, trying to impress the other. If one person isn't doing it, it creates an unusual dynamic, one that compels the other to step into that role. If you stop seeking validation from her, she will instinctively try to fill that space by seeking validation from you. So what does it mean to stop chasing validation? It means eliminating the need to impress her. Many men unconsciously fall into this trap, thinking about what to say that will make them seem more desirable, mentioning their job, accomplishments, or lifestyle to impress her. But when you're actively trying to showcase your value, she is sitting back, being entertained, and deciding whether or not you measure up. Women, however, prefer to be the ones winning a man over. They want to feel like they are working for your approval, not the other way around. If you position yourself as the audience, rather than the performer, you naturally become the one she wants to impress. Instead of telling her about your best qualities, show them. If you want her to see you as adventurous, take her on a spontaneous experience. If you want her to view you as a leader, confidently guide the interaction. Actions always speak louder than words. Another key aspect of not chasing validation is avoiding the habit of over-explaining yourself. If you're secure in who you are, there's no need to justify anything. Whether it's your job, your fitness, or your lifestyle, explaining yourself signals that her approval matters too much. Instead, own your situation with confidence. By removing the need for validation, you create the space for her to seek it from you. That shift changes everything. A major shift in positioning yourself as the prize is stepping into the role of the decision maker. Many men unknowingly hand over this power to women, treating them as if they've already earned a place in their lives before even getting to know them. When a woman senses that she is automatically the prize in your eyes, she instinctively assumes she has better options elsewhere. The truth is, just as men are tired of being ghosted or overlooked, women are equally frustrated by dating experiences where men place them on a pedestal too soon. A woman is far more attracted to a man who approaches dating with the mindset of not automatically being impressed, someone who takes his time to evaluate whether she truly aligns with what he wants. To demonstrate this in action, you need to engage in next-level deep curiosity before offering validation. Instead of prematurely praising a woman for something like her career, lifestyle, or achievements, take a step back and understand why she made those choices. For example, if she says she's a lawyer, a man who's trying to win her over might say, "Wow, that must have been so hard. That's amazing. You must be really successful." While it sounds positive, this kind of immediate validation lacks depth. It assumes that her career is something she deeply values, when in reality, she may have chosen it for reasons that don't fulfill her. Instead, take a deeper approach. Ask questions like, what made you choose law? Did you always know you wanted to be a lawyer, or did it happen along the way? What's the most unexpected part of your job that people don't realize? By getting her to open up, you create space for genuine connection. If she truly loves what she does, she will light up as she talks about it. If she doesn't, you've just shown her that you're a man who sees beyond surface-level achievements. Either way, you position yourself as someone who is discerning. Someone who isn't easily impressed, but instead takes the time to evaluate whether a woman truly aligns with him. This subtle shift puts you in control. When a woman senses that she has to earn your interest, the entire dynamic changes. She now sees you as the one making the decision, the one evaluating her, and that is exactly what makes you the prize. The next strategy I want to discuss is simple, but very practical: asking her for a favor. Most men assume that earning a woman's interest requires doing favors for her, fixing her car when it makes a strange noise, troubleshooting her computer, or offering help in areas where they excel. The instinct is to impress her with generosity, hoping it will deepen the connection. However, an overlooked yet powerful psychological principle suggests the opposite approach, requesting a small favor from her instead. This concept, famously observed by Benjamin Franklin, highlights how people grow more fond of those they extend effort toward. When someone invests their time or energy into helping another person, their mind naturally rationalizes the action by associating it with positive feelings. This phenomenon, known as effort justification, explains why people commit to goals with relentless dedication. They convince themselves that the pursuit is meaningful and valuable. The same logic applies in social interactions. When a woman does something for a man, even something small, her subconscious mind begins to justify the effort by reinforcing the belief that he is worth it. A friend who naturally excelled with women unknowingly embodied this principle. He would casually hand his drink to a woman mid-conversation and turn away to speak with friends, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. While it might have seemed dismissive, it worked in his favor, because he exuded an unshakable belief that he was the prize. Without consciously trying, he created a dynamic where women invested effort in him, which only strengthened their attraction. This doesn't mean piling on requests or making excessive demands, but rather recognizing that asking for a favor in a genuine way creates a subtle shift in perception. It can be something simple, like asking for editing advice if she's skilled at creating videos. Instead of turning it into an excuse to spend time together, a more effective approach is asking her to make a quick demonstration video. This way, she engages in an action that requires effort, reinforcing the idea that she's doing it for someone she values. Though it may seem counterintuitive, the psychology behind it remains consistent. People grow attached to those they invest in. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is setting and communicating standards. Establishing and expressing clear standards is a fundamental part of being seen as the prize. This principle was demonstrated during a search for cosmetic dental work, where different dentists showcased starkly contrasting approaches to attracting clients. Some dentists appeared overly eager, bombarding with emails, catering to every whim, and projecting an almost desperate need for business. However, the one who ultimately earned the choice operated differently. His office had a strict policy on lateness. He refused to rush through explanations, and he confidently stated his premium pricing without justification. Unlike the others, he never followed up with desperate inquiries, yet his firm approach created the perception of exclusivity and high value. This same concept applies directly to interactions with women. One way to maintain a strong frame is by refusing to accept downgraded plans. If an evening dinner is scheduled and she suddenly suggests switching to a casual lunch instead, it's a clear shift in tone and level of investment. A less confident man might agree out of fear of losing the opportunity, but a man who sets standards would calmly respond by suggesting rescheduling for a time when dinner remains the plan. The message conveyed is simple yet powerful. His time and presence are valuable, and he won't accept a lesser arrangement. Another scenario where setting expectations is crucial is when dealing with indecisiveness. If an invitation is extended for a specific event, and her response is hesitant, saying she needs time to figure things out, the best move is to withdraw the offer completely. A man who understands his worth doesn't linger in uncertainty or beg for clarity. Instead, he acknowledges that she seems busy and suggests trying again another time. This approach subtly reinforces the idea that his time isn't at her disposal, positioning him as the prize rather than someone seeking approval. By setting and communicating standards, the entire dynamic of attraction shifts. Accepting subpar treatment diminishes perceived value, while maintaining firm boundaries enhances desirability. Just as with the dentist who commanded respect through unwavering standards, a man who expects a certain level of behavior from women naturally earns a higher level of interest. Many men struggle with the idea of being the prize, believing they lack the necessary confidence or social charisma. However, transforming the way others perceive you isn't as difficult as it seems. There are key principles that can instantly raise your status, power, and charisma in the eyes of a woman. One of the most important factors is perception. The way she views you dictates your level of attraction and respect. Contrary to popular belief, being the prize isn't about physical appearance, wealth, or a high-status job. These elements might create initial interest, much like a strong resume can land more job interviews. However, once on the date, it's your attitude, behavior, and ability to hold frame that determine whether she sees you as someone valuable or easily replaceable. A major part of this is recognizing and passing what can be called prize tests. Women naturally test to determine who holds value in the interaction. They might challenge you, see if you over-explain yourself, or gauge whether you seek their approval. Many men fail these tests by either trying too hard to impress or reacting defensively. Neither approach works. Instead, a man who truly embodies high value remains unfazed, neither seeking validation nor becoming combative. Another crucial aspect is managing your reputation. This is especially important in social circles, where perception spreads quickly. A single negative impression, such as someone labeling you as needy or creepy, can override all other positive qualities in a woman's mind. Understanding how to protect and control your reputation ensures that the image you project aligns with the confident, high-status persona you wish to embody. All of these elements, setting standards, handling tests, and maintaining a strong reputation, will be explored in depth in an upcoming video. This will break down how to effectively communicate from a position of status and make subtle but powerful shifts in behavior that naturally draw women toward you. Stay tuned for that deep dive into mastering status, value, and charisma. Alright, we've come to the end of the video. If you gained any insight, give the video a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts down in the comments. I'm eager to get your feedback. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.